What it do, family? We about to get started. All right, let's see what we got popping over here. Oh, that's hard. That's hard. What's happening, family? How we feeling, man? Pile on in. What's up? What's up? What's up, Atlanta? What's up, the world? What's up, Oakland? What's up, Chicago? You know what I'm talking about? What up with all the gods and the goddesses and the kings and the queens and all those who call themselves by the proper things? You know what I'm talking about? Tap in with me one time. Assalamu alaikum, man. How we feeling, man? Islam. What's up with the Yakis? Yeah. Now, Billy gonna pull in a little bit, but we got some major announcements here to announce for you all. I just want to make sure that my YouTube is properly set up before I say that. You know what I'm talking about? Before you call me, if you got my number, please check to see if I'm live. I don't go live that often. Just check. Just make sure. All right. This is what I'm about to do. I'm about to make sure that y'all can see what's going on here. I'm excited about this. It's been a long time coming. So I wanted to make sure that when we do it, y'all know every time we do something, we do it in high-level fashion. Boom. Alrighty. All right, so first of all, peace and blessings from everybody that's from London as well. I see y'all. I know y'all in the building. Man, you know I always appreciate y'all. All my Londoneers out there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all some beautiful people out there. I can't wait to pull up to London. Come see y'all. Yeah, it's going to be love. It's going to be blessings. All right. So first of all, before I get started, I want to ask y'all, on a scale from 1 to 10, how was yesterday's season 2 premiere? Did we do our job in high-level fashion? Are we coming with it season 2? You understand me? I believe that we blessed the people. I think we did what we were supposed to do. Y'all let me know. That's all. That's all I want to know. How y'all feeling about that season 2 kickoff with Tariq Nasheed? I know there was a lot to learn. There's a lot to take in. I think the conversation flowed very well, though. Oh, okay, we getting 10s in the building. Yeah, it's okay to go above 10 too if we outdid our job. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm seeing millions in the building. All right, see now that's proper. I ain't want to be the one to say it, but since y'all say it, I can go ahead and not downplay it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I think we did what we were supposed to do. I think it's official that we really got the best in the game, though. I think that part is official. I don't think that is no longer that's no longer debatable at this point in time. It's no longer debatable. Am I right or am I wrong? It's no longer debatable. I think we definitely have the highest level platform show in the entire culture. You know what I'm talking about? And we still be fighting to make sure that and this is organic. This is without not one single media outlet will blog us whatsoever. Not a black one, not a white one, not an Asian, not Jewish, not Mexican, none of that. This is purely off the people. You know what I'm talking about? This is without, huge ad dollars. This is without any of those things. This is even without my peers pushing it. This was without anybody pushing it. It's just pure high level, baby. You know what I'm talking about? It's different when God send you on a mission and you go complete it. He go respond and it's rewarded. You know what I'm talking about? For me, when I see that, everything that we be doing over here is organic. Like I said, no blogs, no media, no nothing. That means that they don't want this to grow. That's what that means. And that means despite what they want, we still growing. Yeah, no false information, no BS, no over sensationalism. It's just straight drop. Come on, man. And it ain't even supposed to happen like that. They say ain't nobody listening to no long form. They ain't want to listen to you talk about no bullshit in no long form. Let's be honest. Yet they don't even want us to do this. Everybody who don't support it It's the reason. They know it exists. You don't get millions of views without getting on people's radar, but they don't want to acknowledge it because they don't want this to grow, because they don't want their responsibility to have to go to a higher level as well. It ain't none. That's why I tell y'all it ain't no OGs, because you can't show me an OG that is supported. Not ones that got position and power and platform. No, they always want to hit me about, brother, just make sure we doing this, brother, man. Don't hit me about nothing unless it's support. You know what I'm talking about? Don't check me about shit. You know what I'm saying? Because what we doing over here, we doing our job. While the rest of y'all playing around, ain't innovating shit. Everybody want to take pictures with each other and kiss each other's ass. And you know, we decided to fuck all that. We just go build. You know what I'm talking about? It's a lot of sucker shit that be going on in the culture. We know it. It's a lot of niggas that don't want to speak no real isms whatsoever. And a lot of people that be claiming to be the blackest people in the world be the fakers at the same time. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, I got to push a hard line. I'm back to choosing violence. I took a month off because I was working, but it's back to violence season, man. We ain't letting nobody live with none of that weakness, none of that suckerness. You feel me? We on top of things over here. You know what I'm talking about? So, what I want to say, you know, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of the fans, all the high-level society. That's what we call it. You understand me? Everybody that's part of the high-level society and the high-level culture, right? Our goal is to shift culture. Our job is to, you know, really make, you know, our ancestors proud over here by presenting this information and this knowledge that changes your DNA. It changes the way you live. It changes the way you think. It changes the way you move, right? All of that. We reaching the streets to the geeks. You know what I'm talking about? We hitting the high level to the devil. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Come on, man. Give me 1 second. Oh, Billy Carson in the building. Let me make sure that my, is proper. My whole setup is proper and everything before I bring the guy in. All right. Yeah. We ain't missing out on nothing over here. All right, let me bring the bro in, man, because we done had life-changing conversations, and I got some more OGs to bring in. I can't wait to bring in some of the young ones. I'm looking for some of the young ones as well that's out here spitting prolific, you know. Like, see, it wasn't no OG gave me opportunity. I created them all myself. That's why they be afraid of me. Like, man, we ain't got nothing to hold against the brother. We ain't make them. We can't claim them. You know what I mean? And if they can't tame them, you know, then they don't want to add to it. My brother Billy Carson, man, he like myself, man. He be in his own lane doing his thing and building regardless.
For some reason, I disappeared from the screen.
It looked like it's on the other side. You got to flip the camera around.
Let me see. No, it's on my side. I'm standing right there. When it went to live, I got real small. Let me see. That's weird, man.
I can see your reflection, brother. There we
go. Okay, now we got it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. That's weird, man. What's going on, man?
Blessings and activities, man. How you feeling, brother?
Hey, I'm phenomenal, man. I'm phenomenal. About to go to the gym, hit this workout.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, real.
Yeah.
I had to put this jacket on. You know, this is the famous jacket I put on when we first did the interview, and that interview and got 3.5 million views, going on 4 million soon. It's one of the top ones out there in the culture. You know, some people have had platforms for years and never got a video that hit 1 million, let alone 3 million. So we 3 times platinum, going on 4 times platinum, and that reached the world right there. So
Hey, thank you, man. Listen, man, you know, it's a team effort, you know what I'm saying? So you have to have, like you say, it's a high-level conversation. It's not an interview. It's something that's coming from both sides.
Yes, sir. Man, I like how you summed that up, and that was important to start off because I feel like, you know, in a cipher you get to build, right? And when you know, it's not too many people that can host some of the greatest minds in our culture and be able to build with them at the same time.
Right.
You don't always have, you got to be a student in the conversation and sometimes a teacher in the conversation, right? And sometimes just a listener, right? And I think that that's important, and it creates the dynamics for something amazing to happen. And well, I've seen people, you know, celebrities hit me up, you know, all sort of different people and be like, yo, that conversation changed my life.
Yeah.
Right? And the number one thing they always ask is when y'all gonna do it again, when y'all gonna run it back.
I know. I get it all the time. All the time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand completely, because I've been asking myself, but I said, you know, we got to say that for something special, right? I
Yeah.
know a lot of people just be ready. They get something that's high and they just ready to put it back out there. And I think it's best that you do things strategic, right? And I know
Yeah.
you a man that doesn't have too much time to share,
Yeah.
because you booked. You understand me? Every day of
Right.
the year for Billy Carson,
Yeah.
you booked.
It's crazy. I'm booked through 2024.
Through 2024. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? And that's why I'm glad that we was actually able to, get this date locked in for
Yeah.
November 8th, right? We got something very special for y'all coming. It's going to be election day, which I did not realize. So it's going to be a lot of
Mhm.
energy, right? And the city that we
Yeah.
chose was Atlanta. And what
Yeah.
we're doing a live audience, high level conversation at Capitol Theater in Atlanta with me and Billy Carson, a one night only special. You understand me? It's going to be limited seatings, but it's going to be the highest level of energy that you're going to be able to get on this
Yeah.
planet Earth. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Or
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
universe, I should say, because we scaling things a little higher over
Yeah.
here.
Definitely scaling. Yeah. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a real high level conversation. Like you say, I like the way you made the flyer. It's some top secret information that's going to get revealed.
Yeah, that flyer was real. They sent me just the original flyer, and I didn't like the design, and I went ahead and redesigned it. I put that top secret and that classified on
Yeah.
there because people got to really understand the vibe. You understand me?
Yeah.
Because a lot of this information, right, it has never been revealed, and
Hmm.
sometimes we are in the silos of our communities that we educate and enlighten on a consistent basis. But the
Yeah.
reality of it is that the 99% don't know, not just the 85, shit, 99% of the world don't know this information whatsoever. And it's hidden in plain sight on purpose. You
Yeah.
understand me?
Oh, yeah.
Um, and so I wanted to make sure that when we had this conversation, it's live, the people can feel it. They get the opportunity to ask a couple of questions. And I'm coming, and the funny thing about that conversation we had is you thought we was going to talk business.
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about financial literacy. I had my financial literacy book. Woke doesn't mean broke. I'm sitting down there. I'm ready to answer all these financial questions. And you went right into the aliens.
Yeah, man. Listen, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's the stuff that be on my mind, the multiple dimensions. You understand me?
Yeah.
The secrets throughout history, the occult knowledge, right?
Yeah.
The things that the average initiate has not begun to start and or master, the how to change your DNA. You understand
Hmm.
me? It's
Yeah.
things like that that the average person don't even know that they need, right?
Yeah.
Um, Hold on, let me put this down here because tickets are going to be going live tomorrow.
Okay.
HLC, and this is going to be crazy. And I'm glad it's on election night. Listen, man, you can be sitting at home watching all the results roll in, however you feel. You understand me? But at the end of the day, I said this last year, right when did a campaign. You know, I'm gonna take you through a much better 4 years than Joe Biden ever could.
You're damn right.
Yeah, following
Yeah.
Billy Carson as president will make a much better president than Joe Biden ever will. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I
So,
appreciate it. Because we're going to give the people what they really need. That's why.
exactly, right? Things that are tangible, and we can speak on the highest levels. It's like when we talk about the political circus, we understand the game, we understand the magic that's being played on people's minds,
Yeah.
right? The way politicians utilize psychology, they
Hmm.
utilize symbolisms, right? And they
Yeah.
manipulate and mind control the masses, right? Into consistently agreeing with the system that does not
Hmm.
serve them well whatsoever. And this system is
Exactly.
controlled by forces much larger than the average person can comprehend. And so I
Yeah.
think that we're doing God's work by giving the people the truth. So
Yeah.
those people that will be locked in that day with me and Billy Carson and some of my other special guests that will be there, you all will be getting a one night only treat that will most likely never happen again and not in
Hmm.
the same format. So I want y'all to really turn up for this one. You understand me? Whatever
Yeah.
you have to do in order to be there, whether you in New York, whether you got to fly from the UK, you understand me? Where you in the
Yeah.
Caribbeans, no matter what you got going on, grab you, your baby mama, leave the kids at
Yeah.
home, get a babysitter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we're giving you enough time to plan. November 8th, go write it down, put it on your calendar, you
Yeah.
understand me, and make sure that you get your tickets when we drop this link.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to the conversation and being able to impart some more secret knowledge to the people, and knowledge that may not be so secret, but just people don't know where to look or don't know where to research the information.
Right.
They don't even know what questions to ask, which is why these type of conversations are so important, because they have a feeling of what they might be trying to say or ask or guess, but we articulate it for them, and then we bring it to fruition. We bring the fullness of it to them, and then it clicks and it resonates, and that's why people love that video so much.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things like time. I think time was one of the biggest things that people were gasping about when they watched the video, just that concept. And I always found that concept to be interesting because it's the one
Yeah,
thing that we talk about as the most valuable thing, but it's also a thing that we understand the least and we control the
yeah,
least.
yeah,
So just changing your perception on time changes the reality of time as well. So
yeah.
becoming masters of time meaning you become a master of your own destiny, right? And
Hmm.
I think that that's very powerful for people to be able to understand. And so that was something as a foundation I wanted to have in that conversation, and that's why we
Yeah,
opened it up with like, yo, let's give people the secrets of time, right? And
right.
there's a couple other different things that I'm gonna have written down. I'm gonna send you over some subject matter as well
Okay.
that I want us to be able to unlock. And people that's asking for it to be live streamed is not going to be live streamed.
Yeah,
This is you got to understand, like, this is a closed conference. This is
yeah,
a place where the masters are meeting, and you have to be inside that building to get that
yeah,
information. You understand me? And that's what I want you all to understand about this. It's not something that's happening all around the world. Some things are so special that they need to happen in small rooms,
yeah,
right? And you need to make that journey upon yourself and ask yourself why you need to be there and how you're going to get there, right?
yeah,
Because I believe that what we're going to do that night, we already set precedents, right?
yeah,
They got entertainers, bloggers, people who do, all kind of silly shit on the internet, haven't
yeah.
done numbers like that for a reason.
No. Yeah,
And when we're talking about long form,
yeah.
right? Doing 2 to 3 hours, I was told I'm not supposed to do that. I was
Right.
told that you're supposed to keep it short because the attention span is short. But they was talking about entertainment. They weren't talking about education, right?
Exactly.
They weren't talking about giving away the gnosis and the occult
Yeah.
secrets and universal knowledge. That's different. A person would sit there
Oh,
for
yeah.
hours upon hours to get that because it is unlocking their mind and it's changing who they
Hmm.
are from a DNA perspective and unlocking certain codes within
That's
self.
right.
So with that, a person wants it to be 24 hours. They want it to be 36 hours, 48,
Listen, you already
right?
know.
Like forever. So
Yeah.
it can't be long enough because time stands still when you get that knowledge. It changes.
Yeah. It definitely does. I remember when you came to my Egyptian mystery school in California, that
Yeah.
was 12 hours, 6 hours one day, 6 hours the next day. And people didn't just get up and run out of that at the end of that 6 hours every day. They stuck around for another hour or two, still talking, still mingling,
Yeah.
still on that same vibration, passing back and forth the information and the knowledge, questioning this and that, and trying to get more information. They didn't run out of there after 6 hours. So you're
No.
absolutely right about that, man. Absolutely right.
Yeah, man, and I just want to really give you your flowers for what you do because I think that lately I've been teaching upon the difference between race and ethnicity,
Mm.
and a lot of what we conflate about culture and race and ethnicity, a lot of people are misdefined, right? The issues right now, and I believe you represent a different aspect of ethnicity within the black and brown race, if you will,
Thank
right,
you.
or the African race,
Yeah.
but there's no representation of the mind of Billy Carson when they show black men, right?
Right. Right.
So there's certain ethnic groups within our race that are not depicted. I'm one of the ones whose ethnic groups is not depicted. So they act like we don't exist. So
Right.
therefore people don't aspire to have these sort of minds. And that's why I call this one forbidden minds.
Right.
Because these sort of mindsets are forbidden in culture. For you to
Hmm.
exemplify a high level of intelligence and understanding, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to speak and communicate and to be able to gather the minds of the world and to be able to cross over in different sections of culture and different people in
Yeah.
all walks of life, that is forbidden. And you can
Right.
tell it's forbidden because they will not showcase it. They will not
Mm-hmm.
promote it. They will act
Right.
like you exist. Your existence is not there. They won't give you awards for it. They won't blog
Yeah.
it. They won't
Right.
invite you to a show. No black
Yeah.
media will pick it up. White media,
Right.
no media. Right.
Right.
So for the most part, mainstream anyway. So I think that it's important that now we're showcasing like these have been the forbidden minds the whole entire time that they
Right.
never wanted our people to look up to. They never wanted our people to know exist. They wanted to make
Right.
it seem like the FBI snuffed it out when they had these
Right.
programs to kill that Messiah like mine.
Yeah.
So we know that we are the 0.001% of type of minds that
Mm-hmm.
exist in this universe, in this world. And there's only so many thinkers that come to challenge, right, the
Yeah.
status quo, to challenge what it's like to be a great mind or a great black man in existence today.
Yeah.
We are extraterrestrial by any other defined word, and we are
Right.
extraterrestrial. You
Right.
understand me? So
Yeah.
Forbidden Minds is the name of the show. And I think we're going to showcase exactly what that means. And I want to make sure that people start understanding that in order for things to change,
Mm-hmm.
you have to celebrate different minds of change.
Right. Absolutely. You hit it right on the head, man. That's powerful too. And you know, the way that we're going to change the world is through the gnosis. It's not going to be through rioting. It's not going to be through picketing and crying in the streets and crying on camera and killing other people. We're not going to get weapons and go to war and fight somebody and take them out. No, we're
Mm,
going to beat them with this.
mm,
It's all about the wisdom and the knowledge, the multidimensional wisdom and knowledge that can convert and can change and intricate DNA and also epigenetics and rewrite epigenetic memories going into the future. So what we're really doing with this forbidden minds is we're time traveling. We're time traveling through gnosis. We're sending the gnosis out and it's creating a ripple in space-time that's going to alter the future reality in the third dimension. And that's what we're
mm,
doing.
mm, mm. Come on, man. Listen, man. If after this, Atlanta won't be the same because the people
No.
that are going to be in that building are going to take that information and, you know, the mindset will be changed. The DNA will be different. And what you expect from your politicians, and I'm glad this is on election night because it's very powerful that this is on election night, because
Yeah.
what you expect from your politicians will change. They
Yeah.
have the ability to consistently promise you the same thing over and over and over and over without actual real change because the mindset of the people never changes. So they want
Right.
the same thing without ever getting it, hoping that a new master will grant their wish. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to unlock that spell. We listen, man.
Yeah.
The word vote comes from the Latin word votum. It is a vow or a wish to a god or a deity or a solemn pledge. So you're
Mm-hmm.
making someone your god when you're
Yeah.
going to vote, and so you're giving into this metaphysical system that is an egregor that is attached to the brand of the United States corporation, and you're reinvesting yourself in a social contract that you are complaining about on a consistent and daily basis. So
Mm-hmm.
if you fall in love with the influencer of the corporation, then you fall in love with the corporation once again. So the
That's right.
cycle has been consistently manifested into the people so that they
Yeah.
continue to conjure up, right, the power that exists in the government. The people
Yeah.
give the power to the government, and the government wield that power like a wand over the people.
Yeah. It's
So
magic.
they,
They literally are energy vampires, and they're literally absorbing the conscious energy of the people that are praising them. You're giving away everything you got. Polytricks is what it is. Now, if you look at the word politics, poly meaning blood sucking, the root
right.
word blood sucking ticks. You guys are worshiping blood sucking ticks and giving
Right.
all your power away to them. And they're supposed to work for the people, but they've convinced the people that the people work for them.
Come
It's
on,
crazy.
man.
Come on.
This has been going on since Roman times, right? And they wanted to figure out a way how to keep the people minds entertained and distracted, right? While
Yeah.
they robbed, they stole, and they cheat them out of all of their power, right? It's the bread circus all over again, right?
Yeah.
Give them bread. As Anne Marie said, give them cake while they
Yeah.
starve, right? It's
Yeah.
disrespectful. So
Yeah.
to think that you're going to have a savior in local politics and different ways that things work, but it only works if the mind of the people work.
Right.
Right? See, if you got the same mind, it's the same thing. But when you
Hmm.
give the people new information, new knowledge,
Yeah.
now they're going to their politician, they're going to the system, and they're demanding completely new things.
Yeah.
And that requires a completely new person. There shouldn't be a 90-year-old governor running for office. This is the oldest Congress or
Yeah.
governors that we've ever had. These
Right.
people don't have new knowledge. They don't know about new technology. They're not advancing their mindsets. They're not
Yeah.
changing anything. Yet you allowing them to stay in power, man. So
Right. And tell you what your kids can eat, see, drink, feel, hear, talk, touch. You got this old system. And if you look at the Sumerian tablets, they installed the bicameral Congress back in ancient Mesopotamia 8,000 years ago. And here we are in 2023, still running the same left wing, right wing garbage.
oh,
Both
we're gonna
wings are
break
coming
that
from the
down.
same bird.
We breaking all that down. Listen, man, the whole system getting opened up that night. Just
Yeah.
know
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not leaving nothing on the table. I will be in
Yeah.
rare form. My energy will
Yeah.
be exuberantly high. I actually got to buy me a new fit just for that day. You
Oh, yeah.
understand me? I'm on my way to the UK, and I got a suit that's arriving. I drew from Haley Selassie for this fit. You
Nice.
understand me? But on the day of, oh, I need some special threads. I gotta come in there on the highest level. But
Yeah.
my brother, I really appreciate you, your brotherhood, man, and your mind,
Thank you.
right? Just what you put out there and what you emanate, because we need more representations, right,
Thank
of
you.
these different caliber of minds that exist. It can't be
Yeah.
all entertainers that get the spotlight and
Right.
mad that our children are following them to the graveyard. You know,
Right.
it's like if you prop them up deaf, then they will follow them to the keeper. They will follow them to the gates of
Yeah.
death. So what we doing, I think, is the most valuable work on the planet Earth. I don't think nobody's doing more valuable work in this field that we're doing specifically, because
Yeah.
getting the mind so that they can see again, hear again,
Mhm.
think again,
Yeah.
be again. It's the most valuable work on the planet Earth. You
I
understand?
agree. The power is in the youth, man. The power is in the youth. That's how you time travel to the future. If
Yes,
you keep
sir.
going after these old minds, well, they're going to get wrapped up in it as well. But if we teach the older minds how to then pass on the knowledge to the children, and even when they're even in the womb, forget wait until they're born. That's a whole other topic we could talk
Oh,
about. But we got to pass it through, man, in a way where the next generation and the legacy going forward, epigenetically, is sane, sound, and ready to take care of business on this planet.
yeah. And see, this is what a lot of people have never even thought about, right? Parents, there's so many parents in here right now, and they don't know the science of how to rear a human being,
Right.
right? Because being a parent is understanding the science of how to develop a mind,
Yeah.
right? And so when you don't think of it like that, most parents are selfish. I'll raise my kid however I want to. It is
Hmm.
the most irresponsible statement that you can make, because
That's
that
right.
child will have to suffer the consequences of your ignorance
Hmm.
based on the way that you babysitted them, because you never raised them. To raise them is to bring them up, right? It's to take them
Yeah.
to one state to a higher state.
Right.
So the issue that most people have is they do not have the knowledge themselves, so therefore they cannot impart it on how to raise a mind and develop consciousness within the
Yeah.
mind. So I
Right.
think most people should stop having babies until they stop being babies.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And that's keeping it real. I agree 1,000%. People
Yeah.
don't even know that while the baby's in the womb, the emotions of the mother, the hormones of the mother is bathing that embryo, and all the cortisol spikes for all the trauma and the all the negative activity that's going on and the different mindsets that aren't stable, all that's being programmed right from the embryonic stage. This is where we got to cut it from there. We got to teach people how to take care of themselves from the time
Mm,
they're pregnant moving forward, and what the babies are really experiencing in the embryonic stage before it's even born. It's already being programmed before it comes out of the womb.
that's a fact, man. That amniotic fluid you drink, you eating artificial flavors, you tasting strong foods. That baby will know that taste and crave that taste
That's
when
right.
they're born. So if you want to know yourself, go ask your mother. You understand me? What was her emotional state? What was she dealing with when she had you? What was she
Mhm.
listening to? Like
Yeah.
your development starts before you come out that womb.
That's
It
right.
starts with the frequency, the emotional state. Then ask your father, what was you eating? What was you
Hmm.
doing? You understand me?
Yeah.
Why? So all of this stuff is going back and researching yourself, right? I'm doing a class called mental engineering. And
Mm.
part of it is allowing people to have a file on themselves, right? A
Yeah.
psychological profile, understanding the childhood experiences, right? Understanding their personality types, their character types, their intelligence types. All of
Hmm.
this because if you start from that and understand that information, then
Yeah.
you have the ability to change yourself at will.
Yes.
Same
Because
way, yeah,
awareness will bring on change. Without awareness, you can't change nothing.
nothing.
Awareness is the key.
Right. We protest in the streets, but we don't protest to ourselves to bring up issues and be like, yo, there's something wrong with me, something that may
Yeah.
have happened in the past. And I
Yeah.
need you, subconscious, to be aware of this so you can change it.
Right.
Right. And so learning how to have that internal protest of your own traumas and triggers so that you can reprogram yourself and come
Hmm.
out clear is very key for people who are dealing with 7 generations of epigenetic trauma, right?
Yeah.
Based on subservience and based on chattel slavery and another 100 years afterwards, because we say 400 years of slavery, 500 years of bondage, because we
Right.
still in the mental, spiritual, physical, lobotomized, traumatized bondage today.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. That's where we are, and that's what our mission is really to help continue to free these minds and bring the awareness, the subconscious awareness, so that they can. Because what happens is we don't really change their minds; they change their own minds. They
That's
change
right.
their own DNA. We bring the awareness. We open the door, but they have to walk through it alone.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, I know we're gonna do a lot of DNA unlocking that
Yeah.
day.
Oh
It's just
yeah.
not like you didn't travel to the universe. See, one way you can unlock DNA through traveling. You can also unlock it just get unraveling and getting that knowledge. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because the travel is to ravel. So when you travel, you unravel. You know
Yeah.
what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So my brother, before you get out of here, man, where you just come from?
I just came back from Egypt, man.
Oh man.
Great trip. Yeah, great trip. 65 people on tour. Some of them I seen them in your chat right here, giving me a shout out, which was cool. It was a great life-changing experience. Not one dry eye. Young, old, male, female. It was an amazing day. They call it the Billy Boot Camp. That's how tough it was.
Yeah.
We had them on a schedule, man, but they got through it, and it was a great bonding experience for all of us, and we had a great time. Looking forward to it next year.
Yeah, man. I listen. I have since our last conversation. I went to Egypt,
Hmm.
Kemet, right, and the experience
Yeah.
was amazing. So I want to talk a little bit about that as well. I've been saving
Okay.
that conversation specifically for
Nice.
you. You
Nice.
understand? Me? There's a lot that I understand um,
Hmm.
because I think that experience provides a different level of understanding that you can't get
Yeah.
from a book. You can't get from fascination and admiration of admiring something from a long form. You literally have to go there. And once you experience it, man, I had an emotional moment that I want to talk about there.
Yeah.
And before I went, I used to tell myself, like, I don't need to go to Egypt. Because when I was young, that's where I really wanted to go. But as I got an
Mm.
adult, I said, how about I marvel at the things that we've done here in America first,
Yeah.
right? And then somebody hired me to come out of Egypt and come speak. And when I went out there, walking through Karnak, right, and walking through the Temple of the Gods and going
Yeah.
visiting the tombs, it's just, it's it's like I had visions and I can see what the past was like, right?
Yeah.
And I can experience what it was like to first walk into that temple of Karnak and having all of the subjects lined up and they see God
Yeah.
through, and I think that experience is necessary because a lot of people don't understand that there's pyramids in America and that the American gods, you understand me, don't know how to connect their lineage because
Yeah.
we're always looking far. We're always looking outside ourselves. But when
Hmm.
you learn how things are connected, then you
Yeah.
realize that what you learned about all the way over there was
Hmm.
actually you over here,
Yep.
right? That what you think has happened thousands of years ago just happened again with Black Americans in our cycle of innovation and invention,
Hmm.
right? So once you start to make those connections It changed the way you walk. It
Yeah.
changed the way you
Yeah.
see yourself. It changed the way you feel
Yeah.
about yourself.
Yeah.
It changed what you will accept and won't accept, and it changes the ego of your manufacturing the world into your image.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that that's very important because I don't think we've gotten to that place where we want to walk outside and see a world that reflects our DNA.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely, man.
Make sure y'all text Forbidden to 323-577-6692 if you want to be the first to get tickets. They're going to be a limited amount. Once they are sold out, they're sold out. You might have to go to a scalper or something, you know what I'm talking about? Or you can try to astro project there and get you a seat. But we're going to sell out the astro project plane as well. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh,
It
yeah.
might be crowded when you get there. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
I'm
man.
just saying. My brother,
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I'll let
Hey,
you know when
thank you,
I
man.
go get out the tickets to the link. And
Yeah.
yeah, make sure y'all scoop them up. Bring your family, bring friends, bring your girlfriend. You know what I'm talking
Oh, yeah.
about? Make sure you show up early. Doors going to open at 6:30. It's going to be an amazing time. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see. There's going to be some other special guest announcements and things of that nature. So you want to be in the building. This is
Yeah.
a night. You understand me? Completely to remember. It is historical and it's the highest level. Man.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Looking forward to it, man. I'm going to see you in ATL.
Yes, sir. Peace, brother.
All right. Peace.